enthusiastic reception. The name of my report is every single day in the 3-year-long expedition of Captain Meriwether Lewis and Captain William Clark. I'm sure you will find it fascinating as well as lengthy, well thorough. On the first day of this famous adventure, the 2 young explorers woke up, they washed up for breakfast, and they ate breakfast. Then they washed the dishes, then they went for a canoe ride. Then they cooked their lunch. Their lunch was good. It was venison, berries, potatoes. Quiet! I'm trying to do a report here! How rude! Who are you anyway?
It was 18 for another day before we left
we've had quite enough of that for a while.
That's for sure. Tell them how you shot Captain Lewis right in the rear because you thought he was an elf. Shot it up. Ooh, yeah, that was rough.
Oh, they don't want to hear about that.
Well, first, what I don't understand is why President Jefferson was so keen on having you do the trip in the first place. After all, that territory wasn't part of the United States at that time, was it?
I am the third president of the United States, and I have a dream. No, it sure wasn't, but Jefferson had already dispatched two very capable fellows.
James Monroe and Robert Livingston.
To France, joined by some land from the Emperor Napoleon Bonaparte, who was way over his head from fighting wars all over Europe.
Not that over his head was very high, but frankly, he was pretty much well broke.
Mr. President, James Monroe and Mr. Robert Livingston are here to see you. May I show them in?
Yes, thank you, gentlemen. Come in, come in.
Mr. President, you sent for us?
Yes, the Emperor Napoleon Bonaparte wants to sell New Orleans, one of France's territories. He is in debt from years of war and does not want Louisiana to fall into the hands of Great Britain. This is a good time to make a deal, boys. I'm counting on you to make a deal.
Yes, Mr. President, you can count on us.
Gentlemen, all hopes are fixed on you. The future of the Republic depends on this mission. We need this land to get to the sea.
We will not let you down, sir. Thank you, sir. Mr. President, we have good news, sir. We didn't buy just New Orleans. We bought 820,000 acres more than we originally intended. And it's $15 million. That's only 3 cents an acre. Sir!
Gentlemen, you have done well. Louis, you want to go on an expedition?
Are you kidding? It would be the adventure of a lifetime.
Did you hear? Did you hear? Hear what? There's going to be an expedition.
Who's going on the expert trip?
William Clark and Meriwether Lewis.
I think you mean Lewis and Clark.
What's the expedition going to be called?
The corpse of corpse? I don't like dead bodies.
Not corpses, court. The court of discovery. Where are they going? The Louisiana Territory to try to find the water route to the Pacific Ocean.
I think you mean the Atlantic Ocean.
No, I mean the Pacific Ocean.
Ladies, get back to work.
All the way to the Pacific Ocean?
Yeah, they'll be big guys for sure.
The truth is, we didn't even know what America was when we set out on our journey.
I thought that we were just going on a little canoe ride or something. Many Americans have some strange idea about ownership in that time in our history.
You can say that again.
Well, what I don't understand. Well, let's get back to the trip itself. So you headed out of St. Louis in a couple of canoes and a couple of keel boats. Was the trip everything you'd hoped it would be?
Are you kidding? It was the adventure of a lifetime.
It was spectacular.
It was so enlightening.
What trip?
It was freeing.
It was magnificent. It was stupendous. Wait, stop. Are you kidding me? I can't believe I'm here. And I have some pretty good news. The whole trip was rough. Rough! Now, ladies, let me get it to you straight. From the one who did the entire trip on four-wheel drive and a hydrogen set, they can tell you it was a great adventure, full of
They're trying to keep the Indians from doing us in.
Well, what about those native populations?
Why don't you ask Sacagawea?
You would like to sit down rap for Indian.
Oui.
She is your wife.
She is? I mean, yes. I mean, she was. I mean, I do.
Oh, brother. The year the expedition started was 1804, but I will take you back 4 years before that time to a place where the Shoshone tribe camped alongside the Missouri River in Montana, waiting to hunt the mighty buffalo. My name is Naya, and this is my friend Zach and the other brother Cameron. This place we call home is the same place we call home.
Except, of course, we live at a 200 years before here. We lived when the land was full of trees and the waters were full of fish.
The way we traveled was by canoe and trail, and our food is from the land.
There were no buildings, no cars, or no roads.
There was no place to buy the things we needed.
The land provided everything.
We used the land for all our needs. We made our clothes from the hides of animals,
Nothing for our meals.
and our berries were from the bush.
Life was hard.
We traveled from place to place looking for food.
When we traveled, we had to look out for Indian raiders from the east.
These Hidatsa Indian war parties would capture our children
And take them for slaves. My heart is broken.
I remember waking up that morning to a cold fire.
Our fire is cold.
Because an Indian war party had been spotted.
Girls, go to the reeds by the river and pick some frozen berries for our trip.
Camaway, go to the prairie for camas root.
Hurry, my dears, as we will be moving soon.
Let's go.
Suddenly, there was a strange man in our camp. We tried to hide. I rushed back to camp, but Mother was gone. I and Mickey and Sacagawea ran to the resupply.
We tried to hide, but they found us.
Our daughters were captured and taken toward the eastern front.
We wanted to scream after our daughter, but it would only put our whole tribe in more danger.
So we watched them go.
Towards the east.
Our children are lost to the east.
Oh no!
I've always been a long way from home. Sir, Clark, my master, made me go on a trip without being paid. Even though I last signed up for the expedition out in the west, I think I felt more free than I ever have.
It was the expedition's good luck that after having been sold as a slave too, I ended up in Charganeau Mandan Village. Lewis and Clark took my baby, and me reluctantly along when they hired my husband. But I turned out to be the better guy, despite being a woman.
You were? Yes. You was. I do.
Oh, brother.
I love it.
It's a Shoshone word that means stranger.
It's funny how sometimes even in a crowd, a person can feel pretty alone.
There were many times we all felt like strangers, and we may all be lost forever in this strange land.
We would have never made it without Sacket's learned skills as guide and interpreter.
The Indian nations received us well because of Sacagawea. They thought a woman with a child and a party men was token of peace.
Oh, my friend, most of the tribes
Indians. Most were peaceful. They respected the land and were willing to share it. They were not savages after all.
It was.
Quiet, Seaman. It wasn't always easy with the help of Saturn and other guys. Plus, the stars, the sun, the planets, and the river current direction was usually obvious.
We did all right until we came to a place in the river where it divided into 3 forks. We were undecided which fork to take. They were all about the same size.
Finally, we shook a fork. Lewis went one way, I went another, and some of our men went the third.
Lewis made an executive decision. He chose a path.
Some of his men didn't think he had taken the right river channel.
But soon, Secretariat recognized the landmark, and they knew it was the right way. In other words, we got lucky.
Traveling along, doing just fine. We were some kind of collection. Which way to go? Your way or mine? Try not to lose our direction. Take a fork in the road, a branch in the river, a fork in the road. Which way do we go? A fork in the road. Now what can we do? Better take the fork in the road. Sometimes our life is just like that. It's hard to know where you're going. Choices come on every day. It's all a part of us growing. Take a fork in the road, a branch in the river, a fork in the road. Which way do we go? A fork in the road. Now what can we do? Better take the fork in the road. Go to the left, go to the right, go straight ahead or just in time. Sometimes life is just like that. It's hard to know this way around. This is life. Take a fork in the road, a branch in the river, a fork in the road. Which way do we go? A fork in the road. Now what can we do? Better take the fork in the road. The sooner that the better. Where we go?
Here's another bit of luck. I knew from the landmarks. I was now back among my Shoshone people.
One day, some of the men and I were out exploring.
We saw some Indian women.
Lewis gave them gifts.
All of a sudden, a war party of about 60 warriors came galloping up to see us.
We were taken to the Indian chief.
Normally, women were not allowed in these meetings, but they let me stay so I could interpret the talks.
Was there ever a time you thought you'd never make it across the entire continent?
Yes, indeed. There are times like that.
Like when you thought you were going to New York. Or when you nearly crossed to death with the men. Remember when we saw 20 grizzly bears in one day? That's right. One of them almost had sharp and over lunch.
That was bad, all right.
Columbia. That's what I knew for sure we were going to make it to the Pacific.
After seeing Sacagawea, Kinley, the chief, decided to help the expedition.
He said, "Oh, Toby to get us to the Bitterroot Mountains."
We were so happy to have old Toby along, because when we first came to the Bitterroot Mountains,
We went over 100 miles out of our way trying to go around.
but old Toby took us right through them. And even then, we got lost many times. Sounds rough, got lucky.
We had made it over the entire chain of Rocky Mountains. Needless to say, we were pretty rowdy.
Then, Captain Clark discovered a large river we called Clearwater that led us right into the mighty Columbia.
We also met up with the Nez Perce Indians, who saved us with their kindness and generosity.
They fed us.
They helped us build new dugout canoes that got us back on the beautiful river, making its tumbling dash to the sea.
Finally, let's rock.
Sharia, Charbonneau, York? Here, Seaman, here. Oh no, it must have been a dream. But it seems so real. Oh darn, I'd like to thank them. They gave us so much.
Harper, you'll never believe what just happened to me. I was working on my report about King Arthur's Knights of the Royal Round Table, and you'll never guess who came knocking at my door.
King Arthur and his knights?
No, that would be impossible. They've been dead for hundreds of years.
Well, who then?
Two guys named Clark and Lewis and a whole group that should go back for a cross-country expedition. We're back! The expedition met Jefferson's goal to reach the Pacific Ocean. Even though they did not find a waterway throughout the entire continent, they kept all of them at sea for almost 3 years in unknown territory. The only guy to die, Sergeant Floyd, died of appendicitis very early on before Second Juliet joined them. They mapped and laid legal claim to all of that land. They established diplomatic relations and traded with over 24 different Indian tribes.
And don't forget the flora and the fauna.
Yeah, they identified 178 new plants.
Like sagebrush.
And 122 previously unknown animals. And don't forget the grizzly bear, of course.
so we can get a quick picture. I'm sorry we forgot earlier today. So